What's happening, everybody? Welcome back on The Pursuit of Wealth. Today is Friday, December 10th. It's Rod with Pow Group. Happy Friday. And in this video today, we're going to be discussing Cardano. We're going to bring up the chart here for ADA. There's a major warning sign flashing at the moment, and I'll go over my thoughts and opinions on the chart in the days and weeks ahead. But before we do that, make sure to smash the like, subscribe to the channel, tick the bell to be notified on any future updates, and stick around, and we'll jump into it here in just a second. All right, welcome back to the show, everybody. Lots to go over today. And first things first, we'll start with the weekly time frame. We had multiple weeks of heads up that we could be and should be expecting more downside on the weekly chart. And we also had a Pow Algo sell alert that triggered. And if we look at the 10-week moving average here on the weekly time frame, we lost the 10-week moving average. We saw a bear cross of the stochastic, and then shortly after that, the MACD crossed bearish as well. So generally, when those three things happen, we can expect a lot more downside. And then what do you know? We lost about $1 off of the price just from that signal alone. So multiple weeks of heads up. And then if we jump over to the daily time frame, we have another massive warning sign flashing on the daily, and that is a death cross that just occurred over the last couple of days. You can see here the blue line, the 50-day moving average, crossing through the green line, which is the 200-day moving average. And we refer to that as a death cross, which means we could see a lot more downside. And that is the first time, notable that that's the first time that has happened since this bull run and since the all-time highs. We're also losing the 50 weekly moving average there at 151. And if we don't manage to close the week above that this week, then we could be targeting 80 cents. Again, we do have a higher low on the price chart as well at 89 cents. So if we do lose $1, expect to see supports at 89 cents and then 80 cents after that. Shifting over to trading view here on the daily time frame for Cardano. So we do have a little bit of a red flag here touching back down into daily oversold territory. We're right at that low basically, and being this daily oversold again just after being daily oversold back on November 26th is a bit concerning. But we do have support at 114. So if we hold that support and then break the high of the bounce here at 150, that's going to confirm a daily uptrend. At that point, we'll be confident that the weekly bounce is underway. And all of crypto right now is consolidating on the daily time frame, just looking for a daily high or low. Bitcoin in a daily downtrend. So if we can hold the low here, break the high of support, confirm that low, high, higher, low, and higher high, that'll confirm a daily uptrend, and the weekly bounce will be underway throughout the sector. And then if we look at ADA, the weekly time frame is extremely bearish. Again, no surprise, right? We have the high, low, lower high, and lower low. So we're actually in a weekly downtrend on Cardano. We had that weekly EMA 12 and 26 bear cross. We've yet to touch down on a weekly oversold as well. So if we do lose 114 and target that $1 area, we could potentially lose $1. That would likely put us into that weekly oversold territory. But like I said, need to change that daily trend ASAP, confirm the uptrend, get that weekly bounce underway. Keep in mind that monthly EMA 26 is also there at $1 as well. So a lot of support in that $1 area. And again, just looking at the weekly time frame, you can see here that we've yet to close a weekly candle below this lighter green support trend line. So last week we closed right on it there at 138. So if we can close above 138 and above, that's going to be another save, and you could potentially place some bids there if you're looking to enter on the close of the weekly candle. If we do get a back above, you could start to buy some Cardano in anticipation of that weekly bounce starting to play out. But again, we need to see that daily uptrend confirmed. And another thing that we can be watching out for as well, if we fail to break to a new all-time high on Cardano, we could be looking at a potential head and shoulders. So if we do start to bounce here and target that 250 area and we top out, just be cautious of a potential monthly head and shoulders. Again, it's still a little early to be considering that yet, but that's something I'll be watching out for as well. And if we do manage to negate that head and shoulders pattern and we break to a brand new all-time high, then we can likely target the 3.618 fib extension, or maybe even the 4.618, which has been very common among assets and crypto stocks this bull cycle in the everything bubble. So if that were to occur, we could be targeting around $5 to $6 on Cardano. Personally, I think that we have yet to see the real altcoin season. I think that ADA is poised for an explosive move up here in the future. I wouldn't be surprised if it hit $5 to $8 at some point over the next few months before the end of this bull cycle. Personally, I do not own any ADA at the moment. My plan is to buy assets that have not run over 100 or 200x from their March 2020 lows. I'm also looking at names that have yet to hit a new all-time high. And again, in the case of Cardano, from its all-time high in 2018 at 140, we've already over doubled that all-time high. So the multiplier effect, the risk to reward just isn't there in my opinion. Personally, I'm looking at some other cryptos like XRP, XLM, Litecoin that haven't hit their all-time highs that could see a lot more multiplier effect leading into the end of this bull cycle. But let me know if you do agree with me. Do you think that we're going to see more potential upside, or if we're in a bear market, do you think we're seeing one final shakeout before we see the next final impulse wave up? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. Make sure to smash the like and subscribe to the channel on your way out, and tick the bell to be notified on any future updates. And we'll see you on the next video. Have a great weekend, everybody.